under 1 year, and the prophecy has been fulfilled. The first child to be eaten was Waititu. Then we have the likes of Susan Kihika and Mukami. They are now in the cold.
Have you seen Sonko?
Sonko
Was he eaten?
Sonko is in the jaws. It's being crushed. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So with time, he'll be swallowed.
Yes.
I am curious. Is it illegal for a country not to have an opposition? Because at this point, everybody now is in government.
Well, not everybody is in government.
Keith, everybody is now in government.
No, part of the government is
in
on opposition.
Exactly.
Then the opposition is in government.
What?
Yeah.
The government is the opposition, and the opposition is the government, and the government and the opposition. You guys are actually mixing me up. What is
Tracy,
going on?
Parliament is equal Mashakura. That's all I'm saying. That's where we are.
We have actually mixed it all together like Mokimo.
Everything.
So
I don't get what is happening at this point.
So the emergence of Baba in the government, not the Baba of the Kinyozi, but Baba of politics, Baba.
Baba the Baba.
Baba
You
the
will
Baba.
shave people's heads if they are not careful.
He's now become part of the Babas. So
Kit, I don't know why you're quiet on this one.
because
why you're so quick with it.
I'm thinking about.
Kid is afraid of being swallowed.
Oh no! You forget which side. I am allegedly someone from somewhere in the government, so it's okay. I have to tread carefully when I'm discussing matters of our political
Government
leaders.
operatives.
Yes.
We see you.
No.
Maybe in a chief's
He's
office
filming his
somewhere.
brown envelope afterwards. So
Not really. In a chief's office somewhere. No, even chiefs are part of the government.
that is why he's in a brown shirt today. Brown envelope.
Well, you didn't see it or had it with me, would you?
I really hope we will be getting to a point where we actually understand who is in government, who is not, who is. It's very confusing for us Kenyans.
Tracy, give yourself until 2023, after all the dust has settled. Then, maybe then, you'll be able to see clearly.
And I was actually hoping that this COVID-19 will actually slow down the politics of this country, but no.
Just
It's like
slow-
it's actually funding the pressure.
It's funding the pressure, and then the good thing is the opposition members in government. The opposition members in government.
You know how hilarious you sound in Nonda, the opposition members in government.
Logic is out the
pull
window in our
crowds
politics.
like tomorrow, crying fall. Okay, you've seen what has happened, but good thing COVID is here. Shindano inadungwa tu, no one will scream. Hata ukipiga nduru, you'll be on your own.
And on Tracy.
Yeah.
And you see, the saddest bit in this shenanigans is the fact that the people who are actually told that you form these parties, I have not seen any delegates meeting, calling together the people of Kanu, asking them, do you think we should pull a merger with Jubilee?
That's why I told you Kanu is the government, then Jubilee is the daughter of government.
Wow.
So the daughter has invited the dad. Welcome back.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is a family affair that we should keep on.
It's a family affair. Even if you remember in 2013, when Uhuru had a major rally at Bomas with nearly all political parties, Kanu was Kasarani alone. Then Uhuru went to Kasarani alone to see the daddy and came back for Jubilee affair. So the affair is over, back to the roots.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope we will see some sobriety even as all this is happening. I don't know if there can be sobriety
Sobriety
with
in
this
African
level of,
politics.
Tracy,
politicking going on.
Unless you change the
Go as
meaning
far
of
back as Egypt in the time of Joseph.
You read your Bible,
Joseph
apparently.
went to Egypt. Who did he call later? He went back and told his brothers, now, come my brothers, come all ye Israelites.
Hey.
Back in. We are... Jubilee is back in cahoots with ODM and COD.
Yeah.
Where the handshake. Right? And in extension, they're back in cahoots with KANU. If we go back to 1963 to 1970s, which was the ruling party? Where were all these personalities we know of? Up until 1992, it was all KANU. So it's different Same script, different cast.
I really hope, Emmanuel, that jamaa wako wa kuku will have a comeback for this one. He will. I don't want us to delve into
unless
it.
if he agrees with the system, unless if he joins the system.
Really?
For now,
there is no other way around it.
Back to kuku.
Jamaa wa kuku, back to kuku itself, the original.
Na vile market imeharibika, no exporting of kukus. Or even if you export, Uganda wameingia in the market, so you have to change the tactic.
Nakwambia jogoo wa mjini amewika. How is the Swahili? No, I actually got it right in the first instance.
No, aliwika.
The methali zimepotea.
Jogoo wa shamba aliwika mjini for the first time. Then he alerted everyone, I'm in the town. So
jogoo wa mjini wameamua.
So people focused on this jogoo and it's likely to go back to the mjini. Yeah.
I really hope we will see an end to this shenanigans and that service delivery will still continue as it's supposed to. Now, if you have used major roads in the country, you have seen toll stations mostly painted in yellow, but probably never used them. Now, that is soon going to change. Treasury is looking forward to reintroduce toll charges from July in a bid to secure more revenue for the country. The money will be used to repay debts accrued and maintain the roads. Keith?
Yes.
What maintenance anyway is done on these roads? Like the thicker superhighway, for instance?
Tracy, I am in awe of this move because I am made to understand that we scrapped toll stations because we introduced fuel levy tax that's made for road maintenance. If you look at your pump figures, an extra shilling or two is on coming out of our pockets to maintain roads. So will the government be kind to us and take off that form of taxation to apply the toll tax? I
think I need to pinch you though. You need to wake up, Keith. That is an absolute pipe dream, Keith.
I keep learning, but I'm always the optimist. I'm always thinking, dear government, surprise me. Show me that you'll do something.
And have you ever been surprised? Big no. Emmanuel, your thoughts on this one?
Tracy, the other week, when the government reduced the VAT from 16 to 14, the pay, all that stuff, I told you not to be happy about it because the government will never give you anything for free. So, it's ile pesa unataka zitoke happy.
Oh, they've reduced it on one side.
My biggest problem with this is the fact that even after cessation of movement ends, we might not actually be able to afford to move. The road is not closed, but the fact that you have to pay extra fee to go through.
But maybe I think, Tracy, what attracted the government is for the last few months since COVID struck, Kenyans have been buying high-end cars. So those cars need to be towed.
We need to understand, if you have the money to buy the cars, you need to be able to pay. But Tracy, we also need to remember that this is Kenya, and when we put up roadblocks, and the police have had to spread thinner to secure the sub-roads around our main highways. So yeah, dear government, kazi kwenu. You think you've got us? Yeah.
You see, my problem
yet.
is the fact that we might not all be able to afford to pay this money that we're being asked to pay up. Why can't we have a whole high school rota like we used to have cleaning duty? Because maintenance I have seen on Thika Road is the weeding of the gardens that are in between the two. And
the bushes that keep growing across along the road.
Yeah, and sweeping once in a while. Let us have a whole duty rota. Keith is cleaning 5 kilometers of Thika Road Monday, Emmanuel Tuesday.
Tracy, I like the idea. But for once, let me remind us of the theme song, Kazi kwa Vijana. Yeah, we would love to. I know for a fact that's an idea. You know, it's a plausible. It's feasible. We decide we want to maintain this road.
You actually think so, Keith?
No, it actually would have worked. The only challenge is no one in government will critically think about it and apply it.
I think the problem is this is being introduced, as Emmanuel says, to fill that gap that has been left by the 2%
they won't make it, Tracy.
Levy. So it's the money, Keith, that they want, not our service.
It's the money.
It's the money.
It's the money. It's not about the service. Because if it were about the service, then maybe NYS would have been able to cover some of this labor costs and all.
In that case, Tracy, jamaneni serikali. Hatuna kazi.
Finally.
Hatuna pesa.
Finally.
Hatuna uwezo, hatuna nguvu.
Pesa iko Keith. Pesa iko.
Emmanuel.
But for only few guys in the government. And their friends and their relatives and their friends' friends.
Emmanuel,
And Keith is complaining, meaning he's not part of the friends.
They bought high-end cars a few weeks ago, and Keith was supporting them. So I'm wondering why.
Now look at you crying alone.
who, me? I will find the clip. Me supporting.
Yeah, yes,
I was
you.
wondering why you're buying cars. You know that?
So which road do you
Wherever
want
you
them
are.
to use? Na hizo gari.
You know?
Yeah.
I just said if you feel that it's time to buy a dream car, it's okay.
You buy your
dream
car.
But now remember, we already have traffic without tolls, without us stopping to get receipts of how much we have. Hey, this shall be a circus. I'm waiting
I
for
think
it.
we should be sending this money directly to these countries that we owe money just to we cannot afford more corruption. You know, just to avoid this money passing through some hands that might want to
Tracy, the
dip
challenge
their
is-
fingers into it.
Here's a challenge. Kenyans are not feeling very friendly to our friends from the Silk Road. We're not feeling very,
Yeah?
giving, following the recent events in China.
But this is not giving, Keith. It's giving to Caesar what actually belongs to Caesar. This is their money.
It's okay.
They loaned us this money.
It's okay.
But they loaned us.
I want a Kenyan to call in and tell us that yes, I feel we should actually pay back.
Really?
Tracy, the Caesar loaned us knowing that we are going to misuse. We are going to divide it among ourselves, not the projects. He knows very well.
And
We've had so many cases, like the case of the... You remember the chicken gate?
Let's carry on.
You remember the chicken gate?
the fact that you had to censor what you had to say in order.
It's them who bribed us to give them contract.
All right?
Fortunately, they were sentenced here in Kenya. They are not guilty until proven innocent. They are out on a bail, maybe 20 years. Yeah, so this Caesar is also meant to be Caesared.
All right, okay. I see where you're going with this one. Now, the courts have today cleared the Kenya Revenue Authority to continue the procurement of a system worth 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. Now, the system is set to nab non-compliant individuals in a bid to increase their revenue base. Is this a case of spending money to get money, Keith?
I feel it's spending money pointlessly because I'm made to understand this procurement, this product we're receiving is a 2015 system. It was released and it was being purchased back in 2015.
Yes, the acquisition process actually began in 2015.
So did we foresee that we're buying a 2020 version of the 2015 product? I'm not understanding. It's like
and the fact that they say that this is going to help modernize their processes
from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I do not. Okay.
Emmanuel,
I'm
do you
confused.
understand maybe where they are coming from?
Is it going to be operated by the same KRA?
Okay. Bombshell.
It's just a question.
The day we walk out of studio and find a series of big black cars,
It will be your fault.
it's just you. It's just you.
I'm just asking if it will be operated with the same KRA. If yes, I know then there will be a budget of 2 billion of training how to use the system. Then after that, it will be rolled out on pilot testing that will take another 10 billion. That will be 2030. Then they will say, okay, this system is faulty, you cannot use it.
Then you write it off just like that.
You know,
Then
the
another
problem with what you're saying, Emmanuel, is you're actually a prophet of doom. You say things and then
it's
things
very
just
worrying.
come in.
Another system will be procured, then testing. So by 2050, we won't have the system in place, but the money will be in place the money will have been spent.
Let me tell you what my biggest problem with this is. The fact that we are spending 1.2 billion Kenya shillings and the people who will be nabbed by this system are maybe small tax evaders. You owe the government 20,000, they want to use 1.2 billion shillings to get you kids.
Well, it's interesting because I know a number of these people are those who have been in university in the past 10, 20 years, 10, 15 to 20 years. And we know with the current economic times that have been prevailing over a period of time, they do not have the income to constantly meet these penalties. And KRA constantly says, yes, we have waived penalties, but you go there and you're told, yes, we waived the other years, the still last years. And they're left
Emmanuel,
okay.
have you filed your taxes before we even go there?
Yes, I filed my taxes.
Oh, all right. You're one of those punctual Kenyans, not the rest
I'm
of
compliant
the,
because if you
the
don't
people.
comply, the government will deal with you. Even if you comply after dealing with you, it will still deal with you.
You will have been
I'm
dealt with,
compliant.
yeah?
Do you know what this system reminds me of? It reminds me of the IBC system. We acquired a very good system, tamper-proof. Then when time came ya kufungua server, we were told that the servers are in France. They can take you how many months to open.
No, can I use your words against you? It was tamper-proof. We ensured that no way can you tamper with it. And so because we ensured it, it proved you. We will not access the servers. Why? Accessing the server is tampering. And
I really
therefore
hope, guys, that this system will actually bring in the value that KRA is looking for, because KRA have gone to the extent of actually requesting for your mobile money transfer data, to the extent of actually going door to door in Mombasa County to just assess the situation and help the government so that people do not evade this tax. I think they are trying in all ways. We are just broke. KRA, we are not hiding the money. If we had it, maybe you would have it.
No,
Kenyans are just broke.
That's why I was asking if it's the same KRA that is going to operate the system.
You know, it will be interesting just to see who will be caught in this whole saga, because
if we'll get the program, when we'll get the program.
Ah, wow. I love your level of optimism.
Tracy, where's your 2015 phone?
What? That is so long ago.
Exactly. Your 2015 phone, do you even remember what brand it was?
No, not.
Exactly. So
I can remember mine.
Yeah, you're old. You keep your phone.
Maybe you're part of the KRA guys. You're part of the problem,
He's
Emmanuel.
old. He keeps his phones for years. If you know anyone young who retains a phone in excess of 2 years, it's a lie.
They're not young.
They're not young.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, a video of police officers who allegedly damaged a civilian's vehicle has been trending online. So much so, it actually caught the eye of Interior CS Fred Matiang'i. In a tweet, he acknowledged seeing the video and asked the relevant authorities to look into the matter. The video right now is on your screens.
Wewe ndio umevunja gari yangu. Ona, madam. Twende police station. Twende police station. Unilipe gari. Twende police station unilipe gari. Haki usijaribu kunichapa. I have all the documents that is required. Usijaribu kunichapa. Madam, twende pale police station unilipe gari. Twende. Twende madam, kuja. Mimi nakuambia, haunishtui mimi. I have all the right. I have all the right. Lakini mwenye amevunja gari yangu tuende na yeye. It is not allowed. Tuende na yeye. Hapana. Mwenye amevunja gari yangu tuende na yeye, aniambie sababu gani navunja gari na niko na barua. Kwa nini anavunja gari yangu?
Emmanuel, give me a list of the things that are wrong in this video.
You know,
because there is a whole list of things that are wrong in this video.
You know, hakuna kitu nyangopesha polisi kuliko kamera.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you.
Even if it's loaded with an AK-47 or a machine gun, then utoe simu yako start recording yourself. It's safer than a bulletproof.
Well, do you remember the Godfather?
I do.
Where Don Corleone said he wants to teach his children how to fight with a sword, with a pen as opposed to the sword. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the first instance, people, where a pen is stronger than a bullet. I'm not sure it's entirely true, but yes, a pen has proven, a camera in this case, proving stronger than the...
You can see the way the armed police
you
of
see,
the
my biggest problem with this video, Emmanuel, is the fact that the police officer concerned, who is being addressed, actually tells this guy that there is no law that can actually cushion him from whatever it is that the police are putting him through.
So
And I'm
there's
thinking,
no reprieve for him.
I am thinking,
Uh-huh.
then what does it mean for people who do not understand their rights in this country?
In short, all of us.
Oh,
No, Tracy,
okay.
Tracy,
There are two types of rights. The rights according to the police and the rights according to
if
the
it's according to the
Constitution.
police, maybe all of them think we have no rights whatsoever.
So when the police is on the wrong side, he says that you have no right. When it's on the right side, the raia atasema, I know my rights. And kumwambia taja one right, he won't say it. So I don't know why that lady broke the car. Maybe
you know that I might have an explanation to that. Well, when the
before
curfew
you
began,
explain, do you know that we've had so many break-ins? We saw the other day in Molo during curfew time. Kuna duka mtu imevunjwa.
well,
Then
And you see my problem, Emmanuel, we have actually recorded all these cases.
Yeah.
If you have been watching our bulletins, every time there have been cases of police brutality, we are already here informing you about it. My biggest problem though is the fact that CS Matiang'i spoke on this and asked Hilary Mutyambai and the other people who are concerned with this matter to look it up. A little too late though, because
damage is done.
these police officers have already gone ahead to steal from the CS's pastor, an SDA priest in Awendo, this is in Kisumu, actually complained that police officers who were trying to enforce curfew took from him 35,000 shillings that was actually offering from his followers. You see how little too late it is, Keith?
No, Tracy, I
The
have a
boys
question.
are hungry.
How did he get? It's fine. We'll answer the question of the police later. I'm just asking. How did this pastor come into 35,000 in cash or sadaka? How did it get to him? Like, I am understanding.
Maybe he did a whole schedule, like the high school schedule where we will be cleaning the
I want
roads.
to- no,
Maybe he
Tracy.
did a whole schedule. Keith, you will come Monday morning, bring your sadaka. Emmanuel will come Monday evening, bring your sadaka.
Exactly.
I'm not believing that. So this
Really?
this is a case of two thieves catching each other.
I
It's not
actually
a
agree with
thief,
you, because probably this person then had held an
An
illegal
illegal church sitting.
gathering,
Yes.
and the money had to
What
go
if
to
it
be
was the savings?
exhibit. Sindio?
the savings
No, he
before.
says it was offering. If it was offering from months back,
Of course,
we do not
the
know the
offering.
timeline of when this offering came in.
It's an
All
offering.
we're wondering is,
Let's say before COVID. So when the pastor had exhausted his savings, he went to the offering that he has stored in church. So I think the pastor knows that it's not what Kate said, so and so, quote so and so, but the guy in the uniform, they are hungry. The boys are hungry.
But we're all hungry, Emmanuel.
They are more. You know, they are used to eating more than us.
Keith was right. If we find black vehicles outside this door, it's squarely on you. We shall sacrifice
No, they'll
you.
be coming for
This
Kate.
crew will eat its own children.
No,
He will
but-
be
but-
sure.
They'll be coming for Kate because he's not defending them, yet is their
no,
representative.
my black vehicles know their job. Your black vehicles, those are a whole other matter.
Now, speaking of the government eating its own children, it's actually eating from its own children, literally. Now, 9 counties owe suppliers 1.3 billion shillings. Our appetite for debt informs our conclusion that we are actually relying on borrowing from the international community to be able to pay these suppliers. But this plan might not actually come to fruition. Kenya has received a negative credit rating due to the dire economic situation in the country. Keith, we have been put on the CRB of countries.
Well, I'm hoping government understands how it feels to have been broke, be given a loan that you are not able to pay, and then be blacklisted. Because
And this is probably
You've been
why
doing
they
this to people.
actually, in the last month, they actually said, young people, you be removed from CRB. I think they were threatened with being put on negative listing, and they were like,
Again,
this
too
is how
little, too late.
poor Kenyans feel. Emmanuel.
Tracy, us being on CRB as a country clearly tells you
It's not CRB. I don't know what they call it.
okay,
for-
that black
The negative listing, yeah?
that negative listing. It tells you that it can, you know, during Moi's era, Moi proved that somebody can be a president for life. Then we came to Kibaki's era. Kibaki proved that anyone can be president. Then when you came to Uhuru, says that a country can run without a president. So,
Wow. Okay.
so you
That
cannot,
is extremism in Onda. Really
We don't see
now.
that one coming.
you cannot have a president running the country. Okay, in the newspapers we'll see our GDP is growing very well in the newspapers, but on the ground we are being negatively listed. We are approaching 8 trillion in debt. So we are in trouble. We are already auctioned.
My biggest pain is we have nothing to show for this money. You know,
That-
it would be a
that
good
actually
thing.
hurts, Tracy.
Yes,
It would be
that's
a
what I
good
was
thing
talking
if we
about.
were borrowing and we can actually see what this money is doing. This money is buying kids' friends luxury vehicles.
No, Tracy.
It pains me, Keith.
Tracy,
Talk to your friends.
I remember.
He's buying a KRA machine
At 1.2,
billion.
man.
So the government will tell the Shylocks, look here, we've bought a good machine. Your money will be back in a few years. So give us more.
You know, I am
Yearly
actually
2022.
afraid. You know, I hope the government didn't put us as collateral as Kenyans because
Who
kidogo
else?
kidogo we have been all shipped off to wherever to
Tracy, I
actually go and
remember-
work for this money.
I remember when we're looking at the majestic, glorious SGR train unveiling. There was a sentiment that we have.
What is the glory in the train, though?
Exactly. Now, listen to what I was told to relay to they that were supposed to hear it at the time. That we have spent, our dad has borrowed a loan to buy a car and come home with a bicycle. So we're not sure how to feel about it. Like, yay, should we celebrate because dad did it? Or should we ask him? Should we tell him to take it back and actually bring the car that he was supposed to bring?
But you don't even have.
It's confusing.
Kenya, you don't even have the bicycle. Okay, where's the bicycle itself?
I'm telling you, it is absolutely not there. And I really hope that instead of politicking, instead of thinking about 2022, do they realize it might not actually come? But before then, we might have been sold off to the highest bidder just to pay loans, and they will not have a country to run. You know that.
2022 is here with us. and
It's not even.
It's here. We are past 2022.
What?
The events of today are enough to tell you that we are past 2022.
I
We are
feel
debating
Inanda is
about.
speaking very prophetically.
We are debating
I'm hoping-
about 2032.
I'm sincerely hoping at this point we'll be able to take this clip, 2022, and see.
Are you the
and
one who
weigh
was
whether or
asking
not-
why Kanu is not afraid of being eaten by the government?
Inanda,
Why
please
did I
do not
tell
go
you?
into this conversation now.
So
You know,
we are past that.
I hope we will be alive. We will not have been sold off to pay debt. I'd really like to know 8 point what trillion in under approximately. That's the figure that we are in debt.
Yeah.
And
Eight times our annual GDP,
Yeah.
our annual budget.
And
even if
just-
we were to get sold, Keith, as Kenyans, everyone is actually sold off. When will we finish
But you know,
paying this
not
we
money?
are being negatively listed, but we can afford a 4 million cup of tea,
Yeah.
8 million mandazi. So we are not. We are.
Inanda, you're forgetting
If
one
worse
key
comes
part.
to worse in Onda, we
Yes.
will round up all these people, these politicians, people in government, these ones are the problem.
Are you talking about?
Keep them away.
No.
Tracy,
Tracy,
are you
I have a
talking-
better idea.
Are you talking about 2080?
Wow.
You
Tracy, I have a
have
better
that
idea.
energy.
Let's sell
Mhm.
back the luxury cars. Let's just sell back the luxury cars. Like, yeah, you gave us this very big fancy vehicle. Let's please, thank you. It was fun. It was fun.
And you will sell it back at half
So,
the price
who will-
because of
who
the
will buy it?
depreciation value of that
It's okay.
car.
Who is going to buy it? Who is going to buy it?
The person who has bought a new one.
I really hope leadership will actually fix this country. I feel we are broken. I hope we will have solutions to these things. But on the brighter side of things, now this is one of the few instances of government initiatives being adopted and being useful to the targeted population. Now, Mukami has been able to successfully help government monitor movement and was actually responsible for the nabbing of individuals who escaped quarantine a few weeks ago. Now, food distribution programs have also been able to use the system with immense success. Why did it work now, Keith? Why hasn't it worked before? Mukami was actually inaugurated in 2013.
Thank you for that very amazing fact. Now, Tracy, Mukami was a 2013 initiative that's bearing fruit in 2020. Count the time, that's 7 years. And
Then we
looking-
should not be shocked if KRA was procuring in 2015,
Yeah,
it
that's-
gets
that
here
was where I was going
2020.
And
It actually tried
now,
there.
now here's what fascinates me, and I say this with a bit of worry for those of us who decided to be a bit difficult at the time. We did Huduma numbers last year. That was 2019. We're looking at it working.
The receipt book got lost.
Let's give it 7 years. That's
What? 10 years from now, you in under.
Yes,
your,
that's
your Huduma number will be used.
Don't worry about Huduma number. It's the receipt book got lost. So unless if you check new Huduma numbers, but
No.
Apo, don't worry about it. Let's worry about the.
But
Nyumba
who
Kumi.
knew that Nyumba Kumi would actually work? You know, the fact that the old men who are, because mostly basically what happens is the elder people in the community are the people who are put in charge of Nyumba Kumi initiatives. Maybe they're actually afraid the Grim Reaper will come harvesting them because we know
that's
COVID.
the Ghanaians.
When these old men were growing up, they were told you are the leaders of tomorrow. So tomorrow has come.
Wow.
At this point,
Tomorrow is
you're making
has
someone
come.
feel like infants. if the leadership of tomorrow is the old who are receiving Nyumba Kumi now, I think I'm waiting until our children are our age for our fathers to be leaders.
You know?
Yeah. So tomorrow has come.
Inonda,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you know 10 of your neighbors? Okay, first of all, do you live around 10 people?
Personally.
Yes.
Yes.
9 others at least.
Yes, I do more than.
Do you know at least 9 other households in your area?
I know over 100.
Inonda is part of wazee wa Nyumba Kumi.
Even if you go into your village in your county, you know more people. So
The village is something very different from
that
what
was
is
what I was
happening in
talking about.
Nairobi, Emmanuel, and the fact that
Kate
these
did
Nyumba Kumi
specify.
initiatives are actually being used in Nairobi. Let's even not go all the way to Ushago.
Tracy,
In Nairobi
this
only
is why
not
this
two.
fascinates me because in both circumstances, I'm not ashamed to say, yes, I do not know 10 people in Nairobi and in my home area. I'm not-
Keith, you're
in
just
one
an
area-
antisocial human being. Let's not get to you.
I'm being honest. We live in apartments where we've taken up capitalism over African socialism, which was our initial African philosophy. We have invested greatly into capitalism, where it's me, mine, and my own, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times people do not know their immediate neighbor.
For sure.
You come and learn that your neighbor has been a certain someone or has gone through a certain
Keith,
event in their life.
I am going to task you with this assignment. Please, after COVID-19, ensure you know at least 10 of your neighbors. And moving on,
Something
I hope
Just before-
Emmanuel,
before you move, yeah.
Emmanuel.
Yes. before we move.
Have you used a spraying booth? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Have you used it?
I've seen people use it.
Why haven't you used it?
No, I don't want the memories of the cattle dip. Whereby, but something funny I've seen with the boat, people are going there with umbrellas.
What?
Others will wear a jacket full or make a hood with masks.
Well, they're sanitizing their
My
clothes.
biggest problem is the fact that you have to raise your hands up like you're surrendering. Like,
Give up coronavirus.
you know, you're giving up coronavirus. I don't know.
You surrender the coronavirus in the spray booth, then a few meters away, you surrender the matatu again. You sit the unsprayed seats. So
Tracy,
Well, what level of coronavirus do you need to be carrying, Keith, for it to warrant spraying of your whole body, head to toe? It's like you actually dipped in the virus. What is going on?
your doctor friends will be surprised to hear you say that. But for me, I'm looking at it and okay. Finally, some people are feeling what other people have been feeling for the longest time. If you've used the drive-through car wash, yes, this is a drive-through car wash. Some of you have been struggling as to whether or not you need to take a shower. Yes, you don't just wash your hands. We need to wash the whole of you. We are not sure. We're not sure, but I mean, you know. So
I actually know someone around here who deserves to be dipped in in the spray booth. Now, we spoke of the loon balloons that President Kenyatta commissioned last month. One was actually flying above Turkana County. I don't know why they needed the internet more than the food. Maybe I don't know if they were trying to download the food. I do not actually understand why one was there. But the fact that the balloon was filled with helium gas, maybe it should have been filled with nitrous oxide, the laughing gas, because it's so laughable. Less than a month later, balloon imeisha pumzi bwana. Keith.
I can't understand that logic. I'm thinking that when it was being launched, it was supposed to be at such a level that, you know, it balances and stays up there for a few months.
Months.
I thought so.
I actually thought it was a lifetime thing. I don't know
Yeah.
until we decide to take them down.
That's
How
why
will
I
you
told
take them
you.
down again?
That's why I told you, Tracy. Uhuru has proved that a country can be run without president because
Oh dear
just
Lord.
it's not even 2 months. The balloon is down.
Yeah.
But then what was it doing in Turkana when there's no electricity? People are still using a traditional form of communication. Hata mulika mwizi haiko. So
Are you saying they're using smoke?
I really
signals?
hope we will get answers to this one. I am still, it still bothers me that we had one in Turkana County, by the way. I really hope we will know the location. The next time we are here, that is Wednesday, we will have the location of where all these other lone balloons are. So that
did you see the pictures of the balloon itself?
I actually didn't.
They are hilarious.
Oh, okay.
That thing can't survive in air.
Why?
Really?
It's supposed to be a lightweight
Well-
flying object.
Emmanuel, we will task you with that. I will
Kate is
bring the
saying
list of
it's a lightweight.
locations and you will bring, I don't know, not a sample. You can't really get a sample.
Kate, do you know the weight of an aircraft?
A few tons.
Yeah?
A few hundred tons.
Aircraft, right?
Yes.
Is it flying?
Yes.
So why are you underestimating?
The ability of the loon balloon to actually try.
You know that?
Now,
You know
guys,
that?
before we go, this is a short story of the people of Umoja. It rains heavily in the CBD. You are soaked by the heavy rains. After you get soaked by the heavy rains, you are actually hoping to escape
skip,
the
jump.
puddles of water
Uh-huh.
on the streets.
Uh-huh.
If you're lucky, you will not get caught up with the muddiness that is in town. But if you're walking in downtown Nairobi, you will become muddy. By the time you're getting home, there is no water. Keith, the ironies of life though.
Well, it's a fascination that when things are supposed, when at least one thing is going well for us, because for the first time in the last 25 years, I should take, our dams are overflowing. They are offsetting water at megatons.
I have
per
actually
minute.
seen the jets of water from the dams being expelled.
Yes, just to ease the pressure on the dam walls. That should, at this point, we should be getting subsidized electricity, subsidized water. In fact, we should be running water just to ease the pressure on those dams. And Nairobi Water and other water suppliers should tell us, you know what, people, open your taps, rinse all your dishes 7 times, wash your clothes until they're bleach white.
And yet here is Umoja with
And
no
then there's
water.
Umoja.
Emmanuel.
Umoja means unity, right?
Yes.
So Umoja 1, 2, 3 are united in drought.
1, 2, 3, all in a line.
You know, I really feel bad that you stand outside, there is water. Inside your house, there is no water.
You get splashed on the road.
You know?
You have to use a
So
spray
I
booth.
think the spray booth, more spray booths need to be installed in Umoja.
Oh dear.
So this guy's gonna have a taste of something.
No, but
I really hope these guys will be able to get water because how laughable is it though? People are getting swept away by floods who do not even have a single drop of water in your house.
While others are uniting in drought.
You know?
It doesn't make
Unfortunately,
sense.
that is all the time that we had for In Other News. Thank you so much for staying with us. In Other News runs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. So make sure you're here as we tell you the news besides the news. My name, as always, is Tracy Mukami. See you Wednesday.
When it comes to pimple care, Acne's Creamy Wash contains multiple vitamins and removes excessive oil and dirt. Acne's Toner rejuvenates skin. Acne's Sealing Gel fights bacteria. Use Mentholatum Acne's for clear and smooth skin every day.
My name is Bishop Mark Karaoke. coronavirus is not a myth. It is